A message painted on a wall by an unknown Italian migrant. Before I came to America, I was told that the streets were paved with gold. When I arrived, I found out three things. One, the streets were not paved with gold. Two, they were not paved at all. And three, I was expected to pave the streets. So, what are the impact of socio-economic migration in the United States and how we should perceive it responsibly? My name is Abdal Doumbia, student at the UW Parkside, enrolled in Class CTA 103 Public Speaking. I migrated in the United States through my family from the Ivory Coast. In this video, I analyze the impact of socio-economic migration in the United States, separating facts from myths through visualization. Main point one in this speech will cover social and cultural impact. And in main point two, we will talk about the economical impact. Main point one, the impact migrants have on the American culture and how are they adjusting into the new home. Carnegie Corporation of New York has a purpose to promote the advancement and diffusion of knowledge and understanding. It published a list of myths and facts in 2021. In the report, one of the myths that stood out is the belief that recent years migrants do not adjust well when compared to migrants of past decades. According to Stanford Institute for Economic Policy Research, a research that was done by Professor Leah Bustan and from a senior fellow, Ren Abramitsky. The report found and tracked migrants in the United States, their family, and their marriages, and how they develop in the new home. They first found that the first generation of migrants worked very hard in low-paying jobs. However, that their children turned out to pursue better careers. Also, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics report that the workforce of the United States is comprised of more than 19% of workers that were born outside of the United States. Migrants and their families work very hard to integrate in the culture of the United States, and their children also adapt very well in the culture. Finishing main point one, American culture is made strong by its diversity according to the culture and the facts. The myth about migrants having problem in adjusting into the American culture is unproven and should be avoided. Main point two, what are the impact of migrants on the U.S. economy? Another myth highlighted by the Carnegie Corporation of New York. It is believed that migrants will take American jobs, lower wages for all workers, and affect low-income families. Well, the Congress of the United States reveals that although new migrants add to the supply of labor, they also spend their wages on goods and services. On the other hand, the Congress reveals that local governments and local public services were somehow negatively impacted by new migrants. Although some states that have a high density of migrants benefit positively, and also the impact varies by sector, such as healthcare, electricity, energy, etc. The federal government of the United States, acknowledging the negative impact, provides funding to local governments in need of assistance to help with negative impacts from migrants. The help offered by the federal government help support education, healthcare, law enforcement, and housing. What I would like to ask you is to acknowledge the impact of migrants on the US economy and also acknowledge that the negative impact varies by sector, differing from states, and is not universal. To finish main point two, this was an outlook on the impact of migrants on the US economy. We explored positive and negative impacts on the economy, the efforts done by the US government to help with negative impacts. This speech covered socio-economic impact of migration in the United States, reviewing myths, concluding with facts. The speech is delivered with inclusiveness in mind to respect everyone's boundary. Thank you. This was Abdal.